Good morning, everyone, or good evening, depending on where you are, and welcome to another StitchFEST Live. We've got so much to talk about today, and the chat has already been super busy. So I'm going to start by giving a shout out to our early birds in the chat, particularly to Terry, who was just informed it is 2 o'clock in the morning for them. So hi, Terry. Thanks so much for getting up early, staying up late. I'm not sure which that one is, but thanks so much for joining us. We've also got Susan St. James joining us from Chicago. We have another Susan. I always like it when we have lots of Susans. That's always makes it nice and fun for me. We've got Karen coming in from St. Augustine in Florida. I definitely saw some other Floridians coming in there as well. And we had some people from all across Australia as well. So thank you all so much for joining in. Oh, Nerily's just joined from Myrtleford in Victoria. So thanks so much, everyone, for joining in. Like I said, we've got lots to talk about, but I did want to point out today I've got good news and I've got bad news. So the good news is you're all getting a freebie, so I'm going to talk to you about that in a second. The bad news is I've been sick. And because I've been sick, I haven't got everything ready for you on the Corel Draw things that I told you last week we were going to talk about this week. So big apologies, no Corel Draw this week, but lots of exciting things to talk about apart from that. So I'm so sorry for that. We have all been struck down with some kind of crazy cold-like bug. So my apologies. Also, if my voice gets a little raspy, apologies. So that's all happening as well. But in terms of good news, we've got some freebie for you. So I'm going to talk about that, but we've got lots more people coming in on the chat. So I'm going to give a bit of a shout out and say hi to Heather from Rosewood in Queensland. We've got Sharon from Kentucky in the US. We've got Cheryl coming in from Michigan, and we've got Josephine in from Missouri. Sorry if I apologize if I say anyone's name incorrectly. I am trying to read as quickly as I can and talk at the same time. And sometimes I do read your usernames a little incorrectly. So apologies for that. I know I got someone's name wrong last week. We've got Krista in from California. So lots of people in from all around the world. Hopefully, those of you in the UK have got through your heat wave. I've heard it's been horrendous for you. Here in Sydney, we seem to have rain, followed by more rain, by more rain. So that's been lovely. It's been great. But it's always nice to see where everyone is coming in from around the world. So just one bit of housekeeping that I also remembered that Susan St. James just reminded me. So there has been, so for anyone who has gone up and upgraded to Hatch 4, or perhaps you have purchased Hatch 4 outright, one of the things, there has been a small update to that. So just make sure when you go in that you can check and make sure you've had an update, particularly for anyone who's on like Snapdragons or Macs. It will make a big difference for you. So if you are having a little bit of problems, and we're going to talk a little bit more about where you can go in case you are getting problems later today. But for the moment, just always remember there is that little bit of an update there for you. So check that out as well. Oh, Kim's joining us as well. Hi, Kim. And Ryan is in from Spring, Texas as well. And we've got Hoffman in from the Netherlands as well. So lots of people coming in. We've got Sandy in from Western Australia. And we've got Rita in from the Pacific Northwest as well. And Ray from try that again. Kimberley, Columbus, Ohio. I tried to mix those words up and it didn't work at all. So as I said, welcome all and welcome to another StitchFEST Live. So I did tell you at the top of the show that we do have some good news for you, and that good news comes in the form of a freebie. So each month here in Hatch, we give you a free in the hoop 3D key fob that goes along with the course inside the Hatch Academy. So I'm going to play a little video so we can show it for you as well. So you'll find this course in the Hatch Academy, and it teaches you all about how to use a 3D in the hoop key fobs. They've been super popular. Everyone's really loving them. And what we're showing here is you actually stitch out on some tearaway. We've got some foam in underneath there. We've used this lovely watery based vinyl. It looks like liquid water. It's so fun to stitch on to stitch out our very cute little whale. So what you'll find is not only is there a whole course that teaches you how to create these for your very own, what we do is each month there is a new little freebie for you, and we add those to the end of the course. So if you've already done the course or you want to skip straight to the freebies, you'll actually see in the course outline there is free from live streams. You can just skip straight down there and grab it. I have uploaded the file as a Hatch 3 file because I realized that not everyone has got round to upgrading yet. So I did put it in as a Hatch 3 file just in case you hadn't got round to doing your upgrades yet. So I wanted to make sure that everyone could get hold of that as well. So just while we're stitching out, we've got a few more people coming in, including Lindy coming in from Tucson. I hope you're having a great day there as well. We've got Beverly in from Harvey Bay in Queensland and Tamara in from Indiana. So thank you all so much for coming. Oh, and we've got a captain in from Launceston in Tasmania. Really lovely place, I've got to say. And Melissa's coming in from Georgia and Becca in from Simpsonville. I think I've got everyone. Sorry if I've missed you. I do try and catch everyone. But back to our key fobs. So here in our key fobs, this is actually a little design that you'll see a few times. We're going to use it a few more times coming up in the Academy. And it's a really cute kawaii design that's done by Matt here in-house. And I really loved it. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, we can make some key fobs out of this. And it's a really great blend of outlines mixed with like those big kawaii style eyes. And it just makes it look super, super cute. And even though it is a different shape to what we talk about inside of that Hatch Academy course, it actually is the exact same process. So I've actually written the little process down for myself. And this sort of is a continuation on from last week when people were like, oh, but is it worth going through the project courses? So I went through the project course of this particular one. And when we went through, I wrote down my little cheat sheet of how I do the actual key fob. And now I can apply that information to any design that is out there. So it is, you take the information that you learn doing the project and then you apply it out. So that's definitely something that has definitely worked as well. So this little design, you'll see the finished version in a moment, is our freebie for you this month. So as well. Okay. All right. So there's a question in the chat, which I will answer now. Someone's asking if their account has changed. So anytime you have any kind of account information, please do not put anything information about your banking or anything like that on the actual internet. We want to try and keep you as safe as possible. So, oh, here's our cute little whale design. Isn't he so cute? So, you'll be getting that one free for you. And like I said, just pop into the Hatch Academy and you'll find that. So I just want to go back to what I was saying. If it is an account issue, as in your checking account or your bank account, please never put your banking details in any of the chats or share on any of the ways to get help with Hatch. Please go straight through and raise a support ticket on the actual Hatch website. If you mean account as in your Hatch account, always check and make sure that you're using the original email that you purchased Hatch with, and you might need to reset your login or your actual password there. So check your email first. That's going to be the link to your Hatch account. And if it is your banking account, please keep it as safe as possible and don't reveal the information on the internet. So I hope that has answered the question that someone has asked about their account there. So hopefully this is all right. Okay, I think I've answered that question. I got a little thumbs up there, so I'm hoping that's all good. All right, so like I said, go grab your freebie there. You can go check it out. Now, if you like the idea of the in the hoop key fobs, but you want it to be like, you don't have to go through all the hassle of actually digitizing because you want a fast return, one of the things we have now is there is some new key fobs inside the KDCs. So for those of you who may not know, there are KDCs or keyboard design collections inside of Hatch or extras that you can purchase. So this is one of our additional extras. It only came out when we released Hatch 4, so maybe you haven't seen it yet. So I thought you would like to see how it all comes together. Before I show you that though, I've got a couple of questions about that key fob in the chat. So Kylie's asking, where do I get that pretty vinyl from? I ordered it on Amazon. Trying to get pretty vinyls here. So we're based in Sydney. I'm coming to you from the Wilcom offices here in Sydney. Vinyls was really tricky. So I trawled Amazon and I managed to find a whole bunch in kind of like A4 kind of size, which is perfect for 2 complete key fobs. You can get one out of an A5 size. So yeah, Amazon was my biggest answer there. I got some really pretty ones. You'll see other things as well. Matt's just put up that we're having a whale of a good time. I love a good pun. So thanks for that. So in case you don't want to create your own KDCs to create your own key fobs, here's some ones that we've prepared for you earlier. So we now have an entire alphabet collection for you. So if you've not seen where the KDCs are, you head to the Hatch website, you scroll on down and you're going to see view all the collection here. There's a whole bunch. There's a really beautiful nautical set of designs, and we've used them as the top banner, and a whole other ones that are really lovely. We've got some like very floral kind of ones, some ones inspired by some great wave and very Japanese style and designs. And then we have all of our new alphabet ones as well. So particularly those of you who may wish to get ahead on Christmas presents, or maybe you're going to your local markets or you're selling online and you kind of want some key fobs right now and you want to give them a test and see how much you love them and wait for your pretty vital to come in. Go check out that KDC. It's super easy to actually use it and step through all of the steps, and you'll have a whole alphabet stitched out in no time. So definitely go check out the KDCs. If anyone is doing lots of things for like baby showers and bridal showers, the KDCs are a really fantastic way to get beautiful designs really quickly, because there are things there that you can kind of like think of like an elevated monogram. So go check them out if you are doing things in that kind of arena and you want more access to different designs, particularly lettering, because everyone loves to buy something with a letter or initial of their own design. So definitely check that out as well. Sue from Melbourne is saying, sorry, she's late. She was out walking the dog. Completely fine. I would love to ask for a photo of the dog, but unfortunately, chat doesn't allow me to make you pay pet tax so I can see all the cute little animals today. And we've got Jennifer joining us as well. And Patricia is in from Orlando as well. So we've got lots of people coming in as well. So one of the things people asked a lot about last week was about 3D puff and lettering and where to get the fonts. So I thought I'd also show you through where to get the extra fonts. Now, what I haven't mentioned is that the KDCs and the fonts are actually all on sale as part of StitchFEST. Now, sometimes when I show you a screen grab, so I'm about to show you like again how to get in there and see it, you're going to see the pricing that I see. So you're going to see the pricing in Australian dollars. If you wish to see the pricing in your own currency, be sure to actually log in onto the Hatch website and you'll see your own currency as well. So in addition to being able to buy things as like individual KDCs or individual font packs or bundles of font packs, there's also a whole bunch of power packs or mega packs out there as well. And I'm going to get the team to drop in there. All right. Sorry, the team's trying to just get a message to me. It looks like we're not getting some audio on the video parts. All right. All right. I'm going to see if I can fix this while I'm live. I'm not sure if I can. Chat to yourselves in the chat for just a moment while I try and work this out for you. It says I'm in. Let me go back. Okay, I'm not sure if I fixed it, but maybe I can just talk louder and it might work for us as well. I'll see what I can do. I'm sorry about that. Unfortunately, audio is not visual, so I can't actually see it as I'm talking to you, but fingers crossed we will get this correct. All right. I'm just going to check on screen before I go through. All right, so we've got some questions just while I'm sorting out some of these tech issues here. So Gigi Becky is asking if the whale is made with a heat transfer vinyl or is it other kind of vinyl? It's actually other kind of vinyl. I have tested it out with some of the heat transfer vinyl, but I find that the heat transfer vinyl as the actual key fobs If we want to stitch on top of it, I'm finding that it breaks and can perforate a little bit more. If you use the regular vinyl, which is kind of like plastic on the in top, and then on the underside is like an actual fabric kind of webbing, meshing backing, that one is much better for you as well. So hopefully that is the ones I want. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to check and see if I've got audio as well. All right. So some people are saying that they missed out where to get the free design because their audio cut out. So I'm very sorry for that. So if you would like to have the cute little whale design, it is actually inside the 3D in the Hoop key fob course inside the Hatch Academy. So if you already have your Hatch, you can log into the Academy, find that actual course. When you go to the course, make your way through the course. It's really fantastic. It's going to show you how to create these all on your own. But then when you get down to the end of the course, on the end of the curriculum, it actually will say free from live streams. And in there, there's one each month of all the different ones that we have created. And the whale is this month's one. So all the other ones there are in there, but you'll be able to scroll down and there's little pictures as well. So when you see all the pictures, it's to show you all of the ones which are available for you to download. And then you'll see the links underneath as well. So hopefully that means everyone can go and get their freebie. And I'm so sorry that the audio dropped out there for you. I am working on that as well. All right. I think I've answered all the questions about vinyls. Fingers crossed. All right. If I've missed anything that you wanted to ask, please ask again. The chat's moving quite quickly. So, and I was looking down trying to sort the audio. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we're okay. All right. I'm going to try another clip. And I'm going to be talking this time about some 3D puff lettering and where you can find some extra fonts for Hatch. So we're really going to hope that we get the sound right on this one. So it's going to be quiet for just a little bit while I check my sounds ones as I go through. So just one sec. All right. I think we're okay. No, it's not picking up the second audio. All right. Okay, I think I'm good now. All right, it looks like it's just suppressed the sound a little bit. So what we're looking for here is these are the font packs which are available on the actual Hatch website. And there's a whole bunch of different ones. And last week people were asking specifically about 3D puff ones. And they were saying which ones it actually says puff or 3D inside the actual lettering of the actual one, so in the naming of the font pack. So here is one, it says 3D Puffy number 2. So it's the second one, so there's more than one, and you can see all of the designs there that are in that actual pack, and they are done straight for puff designs. Now, I'm actually going to show you a little stitch out of some 3D puff in a moment, but I just wanted to point out this pricing here, that's my pricing here in Australia. If you are in another country, please check and make sure that you can look at it in your own pricing as well. Terry's saying, will the links stay after the video has finished so you can stay them right after? So yes, it does. Sometimes the links won't show up until after the, particularly on YouTube, which I can see Terry is on YouTube. Sometimes the links take a little bit of time to come up, but it's normally within a couple of hours. Go have a sleep and you'll be back because I know it's early in the morning for you as well. Okay, so I'm just getting a little bit of sound issues. I'm just going to move my microphone. Okay, hopefully this works a little bit better for you there. So like I said, there is a whole bunch of font packs there available for you on the Hatch website, and you can check them all out. And they are currently on special as part of StitchFEST. So if you are looking for a particular font, it's always worth going through and having a look. So here we're working with one of the 3D puff ones. And it's going through and it's actually stitching out the end cappings at the moment. Once it's finished the end cappings, it will then go through and actually stitch out the satin stitch. So for those of you who haven't used puff before, you actually need to cap the ends so that the foam stays in better around. All right, everyone's saying the sound is getting better, so fingers crossed, and thank you so much for letting me know. Now, when we use actual puff, what we've actually digitized for here is the satin stitch is much denser, much closer together, and it's actually cutting the foam. But I'm actually going to we do it so that we stitch out the whole one and then we tear away the foam, which is very visually pleasing. So we've got that coming up for you in just a moment as well. So if you buy any one of our font packs, for particularly for the 3D puff ones, they are digitized for 3D puff. So if you want that puff look straight away, this is a really fast way to get it, so that you're ready to go straight away, can stitch straight out. It's also a really fun and great way, I find, to actually learn how to do it, because here you can watch as it stitches through, you can see how it stitches out, and you're like, oh, so I need to add a cap there. I need to add a run there to hold the foam in place before I cover it with a satin stitch. So in terms of teaching yourself how to do something by watching, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm really visual, I'm very tactile, I want to learn how to do this. Sometimes spending a little bit of money to buy the piece, particularly when they're on sale, is a really great way to actually teach yourself how to go through this. So, like I said, this is one of the ones which is actually in the packs that you can buy there as well. Good rule of thumb whenever you're doing anything with puff foam as well is if you can match the color of your foam as closely as possible to the color of your stitching, you actually get a much better result as well. So here, through the magic of speeding up the film, we're all finished with our stitch out. And now I'm going to tear the foam away. And like this is taking no effort, the foam is tearing away easily on its own because of the way that satin stitch is done. Naturally, I would clean it up a little bit. And here you can see some of our finished pieces using those ones. All right, I've just had to move my microphone, so hopefully this all works for you as well. So that's a great way to learn about how to use 3D Puff or to get yourself going with Puff really quickly, because I know a lot of people dive straight into Hatch and they're like, the first thing they want to do is Puff, but Puff is like a little bit tricky to digitize, and lettering is also a little bit tricky to digitize. So if you kind of want to speed yourself up a little bit, go check out those font packs, grab some of the Puff ones and get yourself started straight away. It's a really great way to do it. All right, so before we jump in to some of the other things I've got to show you today, I'm just going to go back and double check and see if anyone had any questions or wanted to see the footage again of the ones we had earlier where the sound wasn't so great. So that would be, do we want to go back and look at the 3D whale getting stitched out again, or do we want to go back and look at the KDCs again? So just let me know in the chat if you want to see them again. And we will go through that as well. So Susan St. James is asking, is there any classes on how to create our own Puff 3D foam projects? So in the Academy, there is the 3D in the Hoop key fobs. They use foam, but they're not Puff foam in the way that we just saw the fonts. There is a really great blog post showing you how to stitch out some lettering and a tulip as well, which I didn't add that to the links for the mods, so I'm just going to see if they've got time to drop that one in. If not, head straight across to the Hatch blog. There's always tons of information in there, and you'll see the tulip one in there as well. All right. I think that's got everyone in. Okay, I think so. Sorry, we got a little bit crazy there with the sound not working and everything else going a little bit incorrectly there. One of the other things, which is one of my most favorite things I wanted to talk about for Hatch, is the cross stitch gem is also on sale. So I'm going to talk to you about cross stitch, and we're going to do show you through some ones as that. I'm also just going to go through the chat a little bit because I've got some extra chat questions. So Gigi Becky is asking, are the individual font packs on sale, or are they just on sale as part of the Power Pack? Both. They are both individually on sale and they're part of the Power Packs as well. So the team's just saying, yes, the font packs are 50% off. So if you already have Hatch and you're looking to get all the extras, so you're looking to get the gems and get the KDCs and get the fonts, definitely go check out the packs because it's going to save you a lot of money to go with the packs. If you've already got some of those pieces, but you'd like to supplement it with some, maybe you don't have the cross stitch gem yet, or maybe you don't have all of the fonts or things like that, then you can go get them individually as well. So definitely check out the packs because it's a really great money saver for you. And it also might lead you to look at something that you're like, oh, I hadn't considered that yet. So definitely go check out the packs as well. And I noticed that the team's been dropping in the chat there for you with all of the links as well. Oh, and they've just dropped in the 3D Puff blog links as well. So thanks so much to the mods for dropping that one in for us as well. So like I said, I really love the cross stitch gem. I love cross stitch. I grew up doing it by hand, and now that I can do it on my machine, I just find it so fun. And I really love that it truly looks like hand cross stitch. So what I've done is I've actually pulled one of the overviews from the Academy so we can talk you through how it all works and some of the things that are extra in it that you maybe don't know about. And then I've actually done some digitizing inside using it as well, and then showing the stitch player to show you how it all stitches out. So we've got a few things on the cross stitch gem coming up. So we will go through and have a look. Starting up, we're going to start with the overview.
The new Hatch cross stitch gem is an add-on product for Hatch Digitizer. Let's take a quick tour. There are several ways you can create cross-stitch designs in the new Hatch gem. You can use auto-stitch to instantly turn a clean bitmap into a cross-stitch, and then use the tools to touch it up. You can also work from an inserted cross-stitch pattern, like this one from dmc.com. And here you can see what it looks like digitized. Some previously digitized embroidery designs convert great into a quick cross-stitch design. The original embroidery design is on the left, and the cross-stitch version is here on the right. You can create quick borders from simple designs. So here are my little designs, and here are my borders. There are 10 variations of cross-stitch types, just like in hand cross-stitch designs. These stitches can be combined in creative ways and can be colored in interesting ways. Like hand cross-stitch, you can set the size by stitches per inch. Each of these designs has the same number of stitches, only the X's are a different size. With hand cross-stitch, we vary the coverage with the number of strands in the needle. With the cross-stitch program, we can set the number of passes to 3 different settings: single, double, and triple. And you can see how that affects the stitch counts. After digitizing your cross-stitch design, you can open the design in Hatch and add additional stitches. The Hatch cross-stitch gem is fun and easy to use, and you'll be a pro in no time.
So that's just like a little overview on how the gem actually works and how the cross stitch all works. And it is very similar to if you've got any experience with hand cross stitch about how you would choose like the size of your cloth and then the types of stitching that you would actually do to create it all out. So I really love it and how it actually works for that. So that's really fun as well. All right, so I misspoke and I think I said that there was an offer on the gem, which I think I meant that there are the power packs or the packs are available and the gem is actually its regular price, which is US $89. So sorry if I got that mixed up. I think I just got confused when I was trying to do all of the things at once then. So apologies there, but even for at 89, it's such a great tool and I really love how it works. And I love that you can actually integrate it. So what I'm actually going to show you is I'm going to show you one which you would just do as a cross stitch. But you saw in that little overview, there was that really cute one of someone holding the little bunny, and the little bunny is actually cross stitched, but then the hands are done in red work. And I love that combination where you can kind of build layers and build different textures. I think that's a really great way to use things and for it to all work together as well. So while we were playing that, we also had a really lovely comment from Rennie who was saying that they love the upgrade from 3 to 4. And I think we've been hearing that a lot over socials over the last week. Everyone's just been like, oh my gosh, I love 4. I love how much I can do with it. after our class on multi-blend. Everyone loved that and they were trying that out. So definitely lots of people out there loving their upgrades and what they can do with it. And as always, if you are creating lots of fun stuff, we love to see it. So tag us on any social media, whatever platform you are on, make sure to tag us so that we can see it as well. Okay, I'm making sure that I haven't missed anyone on the chat. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to talk you through how we actually create something inside the cross stitch gem as well. Sorry. So here I'm just bringing in an artwork from Hatch. So it's one of the existing artworks inside of Hatch. So you'll get this inside of your, I did this one in Hatch 4, but I know this artwork's also in Hatch 3 as well. So I brought in our lovely little Krabby because I just thought he was super cute. And I'm in the image files. And now I've gone across to the cross stitch one. I pick up the crosses and I'm using basically the auto digitized version of this, but I don't want the background. So I'm going to tick omit the background. I could adjust the colors if I wanted to, but he's only got sort of 3 colors anyway. So I'm not going to worry about that. And now it's that fast. I have a lovely little crab to play with here. And I didn't touch any of the other settings there. I just went straight in with the crab. And now I'm going to save it as an EMX file, which is very similar to your EMB files, but it is the cross-stitch equivalent ones. So it will work across straight into your Hatch. Once you've got that EMX file, you can then open it in Hatch. And I'm going to show you that in just a moment. And so we've got a couple of people asking some questions. So I'm going to try and see if I can clarify some of those ones as well. All right, so Ray is asking if the cross-stitch gem is also inside the power pack, and he's looking at getting that with Corel, and he wants to purchase during StitchFEST. So I'm going to get one of the mods to double check on the power pack for Ray there, and he's saying how much that he loves Hatch 4 there. So I want, if someone can just get back to Ray and confirm which ones are in which packs for him, that would be great as well. Rennie's saying how much they love the snap to grid tool. Yes, or the snap to point tool. It's so fun. I love that. It makes things so much easier. Oh, Neryl's going to upgrade today. Oh, well, have fun. It's super exciting. And we've got some people joining us in from Omaha, Nebraska as well. I think I missed someone else in the chat there who's joining us too. So welcome to everyone. Thanks so much for joining us as well. So now that we have our lovely little crab design as an EMX design, I'm going to bring it into Hatch. So this is what he looks like inside of Hatch, and I'm going to use the stitch player to show you how it stitches out. But it's a little bit tricky to see here. So I'm going to turn the grid off and I'm going to keep True View on. So sometimes I don't always play with True View on when I am checking out my designs because I want to see where some of my trims and things are. With cross stitch, sometimes, particularly if they're paler colors, I actually do like it seeing on because then I can actually see the stitches a little bit better. Now, what you'll actually see is as it's stitching out, it will stitch it and make it look like crosses. So sometimes it will run down with just one side of the cross and it will run back up with the other side of the cross in exactly the same way you would if you were hand cross stitching. So what it does is by doing that, and it all works it out on its own because, like as I said, I just used the auto tool on this. I didn't do any extra editing. And it's really fun because it means that you don't end up with extra travel lines or extra trims in there because it's just going to work it out on its own and how it all goes around. It also means that if you are, so I often stitch out my cross stitch pieces. Sometimes you'll see me doing the lives. I've got a dress which has got cross stitch sleeves and different things. I like the way that this way it moves because I find it very easy to hoop because I find it doesn't move very much, particularly if you're covering a larger kind of area with it. So I think that's all down to the way the crosses actually are generated and how they actually work out as well. So that's kind of like a fun thing I find for garment ones because sometimes I find they're a little movable. So you can see it's just going to work it out on its own, go up and down, match all its way through. And like I said, I did no extra editing to this as well. This is what it looks like just straight out of the actual design. To get really good results with any of the cross-stitch designs, I actually find you either have to be committed to editing or edit before the artwork gets in there. If you can give it lovely, clean shapes, which don't have tons of shading in there, then you can do that as in through that as well. So I like that about it. So you try and clean up your artwork before you get there, or create your whole design and then start editing outwards and be like, no, I just don't want that one color, and then edit from there. So kind of think about either pre-editing or post-editing, because you're going to have to do one of those two things there as well. All right. So while those were playing, we had a couple of questions about them in the chat. So Trish was asking, can you bring the French knots from the cross stitch gem into Hatch? Yes. So you generate them off in as an EMX design, save your EMX, and then when you open it in Hatch, then you can edit from there. When you bring it into Hatch, because quite often in Hatch, you'll just go, file and open, and it'll automatically try and start looking for EMB files. And sometimes like, I totally saved that. Where did that go? It's because I haven't actually used the little drop-down menu to choose the EMX file. So just when you're bringing it in, don't be like me, who forgets to check every single time that it's an EMX. So just check that as you are bringing it into Hatch. But yes, you can bring it in and then you can edit from there as well. All right, and the team actually got back to Ray about which things were in the Power Pack, and they were saying that the gems were included inside of the Power Pack. So the Digitizer 4 Power Pack contains the Corel Draw gem, the Cross Stitch gem, all 25 font packs and plus 77 additional fonts, plus all 5 keyboard design collections as well. It was really hard to say all of that in one go. So there's a ton of things in the Power Packs. And what I wanted to show you today was just some of the things that you can do extra. Like, I know we're all super excited about Hatch 4. And sometimes once I get really excited about doing one thing, I'm like, what else can I do? And I just kind of want to like build and build and build on that momentum. So I was like, well, we know that a lot of people love fonts. So let's show you where you can get your fonts. The KDCs are fantastic, particularly for anyone who wants something kind of like an elevated monogram or a slightly different version of a monogram if you're in the kind of like gift kind of areas as well. And then, as I keep saying, I do love the cross stitch one because it does lots of cool things for you as well. All right, so do we have any more questions coming through on the chat? So if anyone who missed the very top of the show, I was just saying that I have been sick this week, so I didn't have everything prepared that I had said that I was going to bring from last week. So I do apologize for that. I'm going to try and endeavor to get more of those things coming through for you in the next couple of weeks of live streams as well. All right, so we've got some cross-stitch questions as well. So Karen's asking, does the cross-stitching, will it do an outline as well? Yes, you can actually set it to do an outline. You can set it in the artwork so that when it autos, you can do it. You can also do just the cross-stitch and then bring it into Hatch and then draw it much in the same way that you would do red work as well. If you do it as a red work style of one, the cool thing is you can actually start to choose some of your different stitch types there as well. So in case you want more than just like a single run, you can do it like as a triple or a back stitch. So you can do some other things in there, which I quite like because depending on the type of fabric that you are stitching onto, you might want to heavy up certain sections of those outlines to like bring things up, drop them back. So think about that, doing that as well. Okay. I must have missed a question from Trish, and the team have got it for me. So they were saying that a cross stitch is saved as an EMX file, and then you open the EMX file inside of Hatch. Once you get it as inside of Hatch, you would then save it as an EMB file and export it into whichever file type your machine takes. All right. I think that all works. Okay. So one of the other things, Mai's in the chat there too as well. So yes, she's saying you can actually outline inside the gem or inside of Hatch as well. One of the other things that we did this week was we showed you a whole bunch of ways you can get extra help if something goes wrong with your computer. So we know that sometimes like there might be a crash or you might have something go wrong and you're not sure where to go. And a lot of people go straight to social media, and we love that you come into our Facebook group. but sometimes there is a delay because Australia is on the other side of the world for many of you, and you want an answer a little bit faster than what that Facebook group can give you. So we've created a little video of 10 ways you can get help if you need it. So I thought that we will show what we can do there as well. All right, let's take a look.
Whether you're new to Welcome Hatch Embroidery or a seasoned pro, from time to time you'll have a question you want to get answered. Well, did you know in Welcome Hatch Embroidery there are over 10 different ways you can get that question answered? And here are just a few. Coming in at number 1 is our brand new feature called Welcome Answers, and that is directly inside your Hatch Embroidery software. So from your help menu inside Hatch Embroidery 4, browse down to Answers, and in the Answers panel, ask us anything, such as how to use multi-blend. Or maybe you want to know how to create a perfect applique. Welcome Answers will give you the answer directly inside your Hatch Embroidery software, including step-by-step instructions, hints and tips, and links to other useful resources. I want to introduce you to your new best friend called the F1 key. While you're using Hatch Embroidery and moving your mouse around on screen, at any point in time when you mouse over any tool or icon, you can press the F1 key. This will take you directly to the product help page for that tool. So if you're not even sure what that tool is, mouse over, press that F1 key, and you'll be taken directly to that online resource, which again provides all the step-by-step instructions, useful tips, and instructional videos. While we're talking about help website, number 3 is the product help website itself, and it's really easy to get to. From within your Hatch Embroidery software, browse up to help and select product help. From the product help homepage, you can browse the different chapters and sections of the online help or search for exactly what you're looking for. While we're on the product help website, in the bottom right corner are a bunch of downloads that you have access to, including the complete Hatch Embroidery user guide. The user guide is a PDF book of over 792 pages, packed full of information in detail on using your Hatch Embroidery software, which you can browse on screen or print out the sections that you're interested in. Now, if you're like a lot of people that much prefer to simply lay in bed with a good book and a cup of cocoa, then we have the answers for you. It's the official printed Hatch Embroidery user guide. And to get that, simply head over to Amazon.com and search for Hatch Embroidery. Select the guide for your software version and order directly online, and your user guide will be shipped directly to your door. If you're more looking for detailed instructions, step-by-step tutorials, and videos, then Hatch Academy is for you. To access Hatch Academy, head over to your Hatch software, click on Help, and select Hatch Academy. From Hatch Academy, you can access our online tutorials and videos, including getting started, detailed training, and projects and tutorials. Feeling overwhelmed and just wish we had a quick start guide? Well, guess what? We have a quick start guide. From your Hatch Embroidery software, select Help and click Quick Start Guide. This overview online PDF is your perfect resource to get you started. Follow the step-by-step instructions on understanding your Hatch Embroidery software and mastering the basics. Sometimes things get a little bit technical and you need that extra little bit of help. Well, again, we've got you covered. From your Hatch Embroidery software, browse up to Help and select the Help and Support Center. From here, you can search or access our detailed knowledge base of common technical support questions. Or, if the circumstance arises, you can raise a support ticket for our team to help you direct. Don't forget, with Hatch Embroidery, you're not alone. You're surrounded by a support network of over 27,000 members of our online community. And you can access that directly in Facebook with the Hatch Embroidery User Group by Wilcom International. Our online community is a thriving resource of information with hints and tips, guides, and a quick way to get the answer to a quick question. Coming in at number 10 is an amazing resource put together by our passionate team here at Wilcom, and that is the Wilcom Hatch Embroidery blog. To access the blog, head over to hatchembroidery.com, select resources and select blog. In our blog, you will find hints and tips, guides, tutorials, interview with wonderful, passionate hatch embroidery users, plus a whole lot more. And the list goes on and on. We have our hints docket, we have release notes, we have a stack of videos on our YouTube channel. And all of that is available absolutely free while you're trialing hatch embroidery and of course, as a hatch embroidery user.
So that was a really great video that Brenda did that showed through all the different places you can go and get help. And sometimes it's not just help if there's been like a computer issue, but sometimes you're just like, how do I do this thing? How do I do things? So we talked last week about the Wilcom Intelligence going into the AI answers. And I know a lot of people have been really loving that feature. And there's been a few people in the chat who are just like, oh, I love that bit. So definitely try and take a look at that video. We've put some links in there for you so you can actually go through and kind of like find out more on yourself, which is really handy if you get super stuck and you're like, I'm on a deadline, I need help now. So we just wanted to make sure that you knew that there was an entire array of things there ready to help you, help yourself and get you going as quickly as possible. And there's also still the support team there if you need to raise a support ticket as well. All right, so there's been some extra questions in the chat and some exciting things. So Tamara's going to go and get the cross-stitch gem today. I think you're going to love it. Be sure to head straight across to the Hatch Academy and make your way through the Getting Started with the Cross-Stitch Gem class in there because it's super great and it will take you through the whole things and you'll learn a lot in there as well. Now, I think it's Gianne has asked, they're considering switching from another software and they want to be able to create their own designs, especially freestanding lace and photo stitch. And they really want to be able to digitize logos and they do lots of embroidery. Oh, and they've won several best of shows at the county and state fairs. That's fantastic to hear. I think if you are creative and coming at that kind of way of wanting to see how far you can push yourself and get things to a level where you are winning those awards, I think Hatch is definitely a really, really great place for you to start. And I would definitely skip all the other levels and just go straight to Digitizer because you're going to want as much control over your designs as possible. So definitely check that out. Like we said, you can do the free 30-day trial and have a look and see what you love about it. You get access to the academy inside the trial as well. So definitely go have a look. But I think if that's the kind of like level you're aiming for, then like Hatch Digitizer is where you're actually looking at as well. PC Laporte has joined us and they've been also lamenting the fact that it has been raining endlessly in Louisiana. Same here in Sydney. It has been so much rain as well. But yes, as the team has been saying, there's nothing better on a rainy day to know that you don't have to go anywhere. You can just sit down, work your way through the academy, create some beautiful designs and stitch away. And who cares if it's raining there as well? All right. Okay, I'm trying to see if I got any more questions. So Susan St. James is asking if she would like to be able to make her own motifs. Yes, you can totally make your own motifs. There are classes for that inside the Hatch Academy. One of the things with the motifs is it's very important where you save your finished motif to so that the software knows where to go back and pick it up. So if you were able to create one, but then you weren't able to use it again, check where you've saved it is also my big one in there. But definitely go check out the motifs class inside the Hatch Academy. It's going to walk you through all of that as well. Okay. Oh, and one of the team has just dropped a link in there for Susan St. James to say, hey, you can go here and check the create motif. So they're actually giving you a little link to the inside the user guide there for it as well. All right. I'm just going to do a little bit of a scroll and make sure I have got everything. So Nerily has asked, will I be talking about Corel next time? I hope to, but honestly, it all comes down to whether I get a little bit better and it can work a little bit longer. I was totally wiped out this week, and as you can see, I'm still very rosy-cheeked and doing my very best to not cough quite a lot. So I will try. Let's see if I can get rid of this bug and see what we can do. I'm just scrolling back. If you've got extra questions, please throw them in the chat. If there is anything else you would like us to show or demonstrate, we've still got a few more weeks left of StitchFest, so we'll definitely be doing a live each week, and we will definitely do our best to show you as much as possible there as well. So Karen's asking, can you still do Hatch 3 tutorials on Hatch 4? Yes, you can. You can totally do that. It totally works for you as well. So that really works as well. Oh, cool. So Lindy's saying in the FOB course in Academy, there's also a cross-stitch font included too, which I had completely forgotten about as well. And custom motifs can only be saved to the custom category. So if you are struggling with that little bit, just do check where you have saved them as well. Oh, thanks so much, Trish. Trish is saying over the years, she's used several embroidery software programs and she finds Hatch the best program ever. And she uses it for digitizing. And she also really loves the support and it says that the support is top notch. That is wonderful to hear and is definitely our endeavor always to provide you with a top quality product and then back it up with as much knowledge and information as you need to be able to run it and just like let your creativity fly. So yes, we definitely try and do that as well. Okay. So Susan St. James is just asking some questions about the motifs. If anyone's wants to know specific about motifs, the team's helping her out there in the chat, showing where to get extra information in there as well. And they've just dropped the motifs class from the Academy into the chat there as well. All right. One moment. Sorry. Okay, that might be a good sign to cut today off. Thank you all so much for joining us. And please join us again next week.